I could tell you two moments that were, I guess, planned it was a plan to break me, but instead they helped me. And one was, again, because my role when they edited the show, or the role that they gave Larsa and I was basically like the mean girls, and Larsa kind of like the like prepotente, how do you say in English, like kind of like snobby, like throwing the whole story about the nannies and all that, like if she thought she was better than everybody and all that. That's like how they perceived her on on the editing. And then me kind of like, I don't care and whatever. And then them, how they wanted to be perceived, you know, like. And so they saved me because they asked us to go on Watch What Happens Live, and Lea and them have this huge plan, and Lea calls in and she totally goes off on me on live, saying like I'm $1,000 hooker and all the things that she said. And I kind of just like sat there and zero reaction. And Andy, I didn't even know who Andy was before I got there. So that was the other time I knew that I was like, I think that I'm the worst person to be on here, because everybody was like, oh, the picture. And everybody was like fighting to be next to this man that was in the middle. And I was like, who's that guy? And they're like, the guy from Watch What Happens Live. And I'm like, what is that? And they're like, it's the show after, Cristy. And I was like, this is, but if everybody who knows me knows I'm very like spaced out like that, you know? So it was funny because when I went on that show, Marisol had just had a DUI, all kinds of drama, yet she talks to Andy and pleads with him not to bring her stuff out. Like, don't say anything about me because you could hurt my business. So that was very kind of Andy that he didn't. However, they had this plan that Lea was going to call and attack me. And I just sitting there like, okay, $1,000 hooker, all kinds of shit. I don't know what else she said, but I was just like, when they finished it, like, and what do you have to say about that? And I was like, nothing. That's who Lea Black is. I mean, she said it for herself. I have nothing to say. And then after that, if I could tell you the amount of fan mail and like, just like, I was contacted by anybody and everybody, like my fan base was tripled because of that. And I was like, thank you. Like, thank you. Cause I could use it for my business, you know?
So that totally backfired.
Backfired. And then the next one that really backfired was this girl, Adriana, on the live reunion. And she said it, she's like, I'm going to bash you and do whatever I can because I want to get ratings because we need another show. And I understand. However, to what extent do you go for ratings on a show? I mean, if you couldn't do it by being yourself and being authentic and giving the audience like a true you and let them love that true you, because that's what keeps on coming. Like your act and your masks, they will fall off at some point, but you will always be you. And that was always my approach. And she just went to town. She went crazy on that show. And that's how people saw her after that. Like, I mean, so much that her best friend Lea and was not her best friend anymore after that. And life went down the tubes for all of them. But it just goes back to like what I always said, like, keep it real, because the only thing that lasts. Yeah.
So you're saying Adriana, when she went on Watch What Happened, she just kind of spiraled. Like, she tried to create the drama so much so that like, let's get a second season.